For this tutorial, I'm just going to be using 3 eyeshadows from this palette, which is pretty colorful. It has a lot of colors. We're just going to be taking this light blue color over here, and for the outer V, we're going to be using this color. To brighten up the inner eye, we're going to be using this color over here. All you need to do is to have a flat shading brush like this. It doesn't have to be MAC. I got this from Maybelline. Can't remember how much I got it for. So I'm just going to be laying this brush flat onto the eyeshadow pigment, just so that the eyeshadow is collected over this area. Okay, let me show. So I have a little bit of product like this. See that? The key to achieving this look is you need to actually pack the pigment onto your eyelid. Since I have the pigment on my brush already, so I'm going to be packing this color onto my eyelid like this. I am just doing tapping motions. This also allows the pigment to stick onto your eyelids and it prevents any fallouts. You can actually continuously keep on building till you've reached your desired look. What I'm doing here is I am tapping the pigment from here and all the way up to here, and just below my brow bone. If you just lift up your eyes, you can feel the socket, and I am just going to be concentrating the color up to there, like so. Now that I have something like this, I am just going to be using the same flat shader brush. I'm going to be flipping over to the other side, which is clean. I'm going to be packing this color over here, which is this one. The same technique, I'm just going to be layering the shimmery, well, it's like a cross between a blue and a purple. A lot of shimmer on it. Now that I have the color on my brush like this, I am going to be concentrating the color on my outer V, and like I've mentioned, I am just tapping the eyeshadow onto my outer V. I'm creating a slight V over here, moving the product up just beneath my brow bone, the hollow part of the eye socket over here, till I like how it looks like. Try to make sure that both eyes look similar, and you can just keep on adding until I've reached the desired intensity on both the eyes. I have hooded eyes. I have to bring the shadow slightly above. I think I lost a little bit of color over here. I'm just going to be topping up some of the blue. So I'm going to be taking the same brighter blue shade under my, just beneath my waterline. I'm going to be flipping to the other side and taking the lighter blue shade that I used to create this the inner corner of the eye, tapping it onto the middle of my bottom of my eye, like so. Then I am going to be taking a clean flat shader brush. As you can see, I use this brush to apply this golden eyeshadow on the inner corner of the eye, just to open up the eyes a little bit, just to give it a 3D effect. And I just tapped off the excess. If you want to build more intensity, you can definitely go back and add more pigment to your eyelids. This technique actually prevents fallout under your eyes, and those are difficult to remove if you have like quick setting foundation. So if you're going to be using a lot of dark eyeshadows on your eyes, I would suggest that you apply your foundation and concealer just after you do your eye makeup. So the desired look something like this, but as you can see, I haven't blended this eye yet. I'm going to be using a big fluffy brush like this one. I got this from the Naked 2 palette. All I'm going to do is taking the brush and try to hold the brush as far as possible, just so that you are more light-handed, because you don't want to be holding your brush too close and then you go like this, and that's going to be too much pressure on your delicate eye areas. All you want to do is just blur out the edges of the eyeshadow like this, and when you can no longer see the harsh edges from the eyeshadow applications before, so that it looks somewhat like this. Next step is actually optional, but if you can do it, it will look so much more better. I'm going to be using this other end of the Naked 2 palette's brush. I want to be using this color over here, close to your natural eye color, to soften out just beneath the eyebrows. So I dip my brush onto the eyeshadow, and then it will have like this. Just going to be doing this. I'm going to be taking a little bit more product and going over the other eye. And I think I want to be applying a little bit just above my eyebrows, so that they look a little bit cleaner. I'm going to be using the same big fluffy brush over here and just go back and forth in windshield wiper motions. This is the final look on the eyeshadow, and I have not done the rest of my face yet. I already have my foundation done along with my concealer on my right side of the face. On my face, I'm using foundation by Revlon's 24 Hours Color Stay, and I'm in shade 310 Warm Golden. It looks like this. And to conceal any imperfections on my face, I am using L'Oreal Paris Neutral Match Super Blendable Concealer in Warm, and I'm in shade light to medium, W425, and I'm going to be doing the rest of my eye makeup because this eye has already have an eyeliner. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Super Liner, which is extremely thin, and you can actually control the pen a lot. The tip actually allows you to have a lot more control. I'm going to be doing my eyeliner for this eye. I use short feathery strokes to apply the eyeliner. Anything of your preference, and there's no right or wrong way to apply your eyeliner. Perfection actually comes from a lot of practice. This is the finished eye makeup look. To make sure that your eyes look more wide awake, I'm going to be applying a neutral tone eyeliner onto my lower lash line, and for that I'm going to be using Essence Kajal pencil in number 19 All I Want. Let you see how it looks like. And I'm going to be applying this on my lower lash line on my left eye. And you'll have something like this. The next part, I forgot to mention that a eyeshadow base is a must. I've used Essence Backstage, and this is like any other eyeshadow primer that's available in the market. I got mine from Watson's. So now that I've mentioned that, the only thing that is missing from this eye makeup look is mascara, and I'm going to be using L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black. It gives me tons of volume, tons of drama. Applying mascara. With mascara, this is how it looks like, and it is totally optional if you want to apply mascara on your lower lash line, but I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be finishing up this look with a little bit of concealer on my left hand, on my left eye. For my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the same concealer, which is the L'Oreal Paris Neutral Match Super Blendable Concealer. I highly recommend that you apply concealer just after you apply your eye makeup, just so that you have to deal with a lot less when you do have eyeshadow fallout that catches right under your eyes. It is just so much more easier, and it also helps to clean up. Then we have something that looks like this. So to set the foundation and concealer, I am going to be using MAC's Studio Perfect foundation, and I am in shade NW30, which is a little bit light. I only am going to be dusting a little bit with a brush like this, and I have very little. And always remember to dot a little bit of loose powder only on your T-zone, because there's a lot of things going on around this area, and you don't want to have way too much powder all over your face. Then it's going to be appearing cakey in no time, and I have oily skin on my face, so I would only concentrate on powdering this side of my face, which is my forehead, and a little bit on my nose. I generally don't powder my upper lip, because when I sweat, I tend to sweat a lot on this area, and then it just looks disgusting if I have powder on. So I usually would just powder on the sides of my face very sparingly. So now that the look is done, since there's a lot of activities going around the eye area, I'm just going to be using a bronzing powder to use as a blusher on my cheeks. And because I want to tone down the rest of my face, I'm going to be using a stippling brush like this. The blush that I'm going to be using today is the Essence Sun Club Brunettes for darker skin, which is a matte bronzing powder that looks like this. This shade is called Sunny. I'm just going to be taking very little, tap off the excess, and just apply it to the sides of my face. Using this brush on the hollows of my cheeks, and just along my jawline. As you can see, I have a lot of breakouts over here. That's something to do with my monthlies, and it's clearing up. And don't forget to apply a little bit of bronzer onto your neckline, just so that everything looks seamless and well blended. As you can see, I use very light-handed strokes, because if you're going to be applying too much pressure over here closer to the barrel, there's so much of pressure that you're putting on your face. With the blusher, it looks like this. I'm moving on to the lips, and today I'm going to be using Maybelline New York's Baby Lips, and I can't quite remember if there's a name to it. It just looks like this. And like its claim, it does keep my lips hydrated. So I'm going to be using this lipstick, which is from Silky Girl. The shade that's called 01 Naked Truth. It looks like this. It's like a very pretty nude color. It has a lot of pink undertones, which is perfect for this look. So I'm just going to be using this without any lip liner. So this is the finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And don't forget to rate this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to favorite this video and share if you want to, and I'm going to be linking all of my social media platforms in the description box below, and you can go and check me out there. I do take your feedback and comments seriously, and please leave me some good ones and positive vibes and what you would like to see in my next video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I already have my foundation on, and for this, and big hugs from my house to yours, and big hugs from my home to your home.